maybe what you see. How do you feel? Do you have any sensations?
The back of my head and the lower, on the lower part of my spine, and I see myself swirling.
Can you please try to, I don't know, play around with the microphone? I can't really hear you. It gets disconnected. Kind of.
Yeah, now it's closer to my mouth. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good now.
Yeah.
Kept getting cut off. I mean, you can just go close your eyes and go back to the state. You're still in trance. You can open your eyes, close. It's just alpha brain wave, so it's easy to go back and forth.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't think it's from the iPad because I'm just using the mic of the system. Yeah, it's only the iPad is using the mic of the iPad. I mean, I don't have any device connected to the iPad, so I don't see why it is cutting.
Okay, but your headphones are connected to the iPad, right?
I don't have any headphones. I'm just talking to.
Okay, so just put your iPad, whatever. What right now it's perfect. I don't know how it is because I can see you, but keep it like that.
Yeah, since even when we started, I did not have any earplug or headphone or anything. It was.
Okay, no, that's fine. Maybe you have a table, like put it on the table next to the bed. So
I don't think that's the iPad. Maybe something from your side, Oksana. Can you check your mic? Because I don't have any mic. It's only the iPad mic.
now what I see is something interesting. I see like eagle head creature who's dressed as ninja type clothes, black, with the black and yellow rim on the belt, tied up, and he's like opening his. He was literally making noises, and that's why the sound when you were talking was like abrupted.
Oh, and why is that? And who's that?
Let's go see. You can close your eyes and see him too. I assume you can see. He's on the left side of you, next to the bed, left side. He's related to. There's some training camp. I see you being trained. I see different types of creatures. It's like a platform. It's totally metallic. It has some propelled system underneath. I see like turbo machines that kind of look around. I assume there is some sort of technology inside because they're literally, it's like free energy type devices. And there's like a huge platform, looks like imagine a big airport field. That's kind of like it looks, and I see it in space. And it's actually on Orion Belt. Yeah, it's right there. That's a platform when they train. It's like, I would say they're like super soldiers, but they're more like, it says intergalactic army of soldiers.
I resonate.
You resonate with it? Yeah, because you are like, I see you have different outfits. Like I see you in one, almost looks like a Batman with like you spread out wings, and I see just like but this clothes, it is different. The fabric of it, you can it's like connected to your consciousness, so you can order it. You can become transparent, you can become like invisible, and then you can go into other modes when you change your vibration due to the outfit. You have some sort of like a helmet on your head, not quite like a Batman with the ears, but rather with the glass, and the glass is kind of it looks like it's energetic. It can project, it can actually read your mind also. Like each part of your suit can read your mind, your commands. And if you wanted to, it like projects a hologram in front of you that you can trap your enemies in the hologram, and that hologram can like grab them and put them. It's almost like you're in a trap in a box, and that hologram can be picked up by a jet, like looks like a spacecraft. I see it like from underneath. It's very interesting. It's like the body is transparent, looks like a capsule, and I see people in dark suits walking through it. And there's like people and also those hybrid, like people look like they're very big, muscular. They wear some capes and some interesting like overlays. I think there's like technology stuff, and they have like a different kind of like overlays on the head. Looks like a helmet, like an ancient something, with the beaks sticking out like birds, like eagles. But if I look underneath, I see people's faces, but they look like ancient people with beards, and they're kind of like bright blue eyes, like that.
And what's this eagle wanna say? Why he's interrupting the session?
He's connected to you because he got connected to you in that life, in that parallel reality that you're in, and you're being trained as an intergalactic warrior to combat, the so basically they want to fight against reptilian force.
Okay. Now, a couple of weeks ago, in this, I'm in lifetime, it stopped only maybe in the last 2 weeks, but before that, I woke up almost every night. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I woke up with from a dream that I was fighting, uh, like hiding kids behind me, and I asked the kids, "Don't look at the being," and then I will fight with the being. And many times I will wake up, I will like saying, "We are strong. We don't fear you. We are not scared. You're nothing. We are powerful." And then I wake up from my dream state saying those things and repeating them. And then when I'm walking on the earth, I'm in real life, I'm walking on like I'm not scared of any reptilian or of anything. But that's all what I have from it. That's the only collection of memory I have. And I know I in real life I love eagles. I'm always after the bald eagle. I collect picture of them. They always show up for me on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
That is all what I have about it. And I resonate a lot with ninja. Like I always make jokes with myself. I say Ninja, which is my name, Ninja Ninja. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought it's only jokes. It's not.
No, it's you picked your name. Every soul picks its own name. That's how it goes. Parents think that they are the ones speaking, but not really. That's the thoughts that come to them come from a soul of a baby who's coming. The thing is, it's interesting because you're so basically you're in this timeline, because I was trying to see how come you're in this Orion belt and there's a platform in between these two stars in the belt? But it's because you're on this timeline where you already took over Orion. And but it's like you can see this timeline when it's already taken over and all the slaves and everybody's released and set free, and then you're just on the other timeline preparing to fight to get to this point. It's
Oh,
very interesting. It's like you came from the future where you know everything's going to end well, but then you came back to help out more to speed up the process. You know what I mean? It's like you shrink the time by doing what you're doing to
that's
get.
in this lifetime. I have difficulties managing money and managing time.
Yeah, because for you, it's like
Yeah,
money doesn't really exist. I mean, it's energy, but when we see it with physical eyes, it's hard to, how do you say it, conceptualize or the concept of it. It's kind of hard because I feel like you're more into the space rather than into the Earth's life. Since you do so much during the sleep time, so for you, physical life, it's just kind of like a blink of an eye. Every day is so quickly going, and you're more focused on what you're gonna do, how you're gonna help when your physical body is asleep. And I see you coming out of it every single day off the top of your head. You're just like zoom, and you're out. Um, you also check on your family. Mm, stress. I'm trying to understand what is this. There's like a coding system. You have like you understand everything about the what reptilians use. They have some coding systems, and here they have some. It's almost like classific. You know, they have programs, and each program has different code, and you know those codes. And what those eagles teach you is how to break the codes to invade their spacecrafts. I also see you right now. You're becoming this. I mean, it's like two, three, and there's like three other, and then one more. So seven of you flying in this black kind of like Batman type outfits, and you kind of like you stop the shuttle filled with slaves from a different galaxy. They actually look like humans but covered with hair, like short blue hair, and they're being transported to be used to the Draco constellation. And you stop them on the way, and you have this technology to kind of like freeze it in space. It's like you create you shoot something from your like a beam of light coming from your face that cover the helmet that you had. It's like a projection from your eyes, and it's spreads out, and it kind of like creates some sort of it almost looks as if it was a wormhole created, and it's this thing holds it in place. It's like a vortex of energy and connected at the bottom. So like um to describe it, I don't know how to describe it really, but that's how it looks, and it freezes the time, space, freezes the motion, everything is like frozen. So
yeah,
you there's some code to this, and you know how to break the code to open the doors of the shuttle, take all the humanoids out, and kind of put them back to their planet, take them back where they belong, where they were taken from, and then you teach them how to protect themselves. You also teach them the history of the universe and all the wars, and you've been participating in a lot of wars as in different manner, mostly like upfront fighter type, and sometimes you would fly spacecrafts, and other times you would be like just like that, you would wear a special suit. And I see that you like it even better without the spacecraft because you're more flexible. You can really outsmart these spacecrafts that way. And you would just teach them, about the basically about the evil that it exists, because a lot of races just have no idea. They're kind of like children running around happy, creating things and um, experimenting in a good way with things, but then, they're very naive, so they can be taken advantage of by those races that even though I see them, they can look into the future. They kind of like, they know what's going on, but they feel like it's not going to take them, or they're not going to do anything to them, or they don't have quite any advanced technology that, let's say, Dracos have, and they're not really capable of protecting themselves. Um, so that's what I
That
see you
is
do.
the number 7 a lot. I love the number 7. Maybe because that's the team members. We are 7.
So yeah, yeah, I think because you create this it's like a special geometry shape. It's like like two triangles, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and they kind of merged a little, and there's one person on the back, and the one person on the back, it's it's a special configuration because I see you're all connected, and by being connected you multiply the force of the energy going through space. It's almost like a zooming comet with the tail. um, it's a great force. Yeah, you telepathically connect and you just talk so quickly with each other that way. Yeah, but that's your team. And the interesting part is like you go from to different timelines on on higher dimensions, and go to different creatures who are not necessarily, who are like living in that shape and form. Let's say like felinoids, a lot of them, we see the negative in this kind of reality in 3D, and they're using us for experiments and everything. But you would go to the 9D, a reality where felinoids reached this level of spiritual connection to themselves, and they became like spiritual creatures, and rather use technology for only good, positive, with good intentions, for good things to create for others, for their like helping or inventing something to help other races. And that's what you do. That's why this seagull is like he's playing a double role for you. On one hand, he is like your mentor almost, because he taught you a lot how to fly, how to zoom, how to um, create like portals on the fly, or how to recognize which portal is a true portal, because there's some fake portal systems that the Draco Reptilian group, incorporated into space. It's almost like they fix them like traps.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, he is connected to your 3D life, and without knowing, he's being used to get your energy. He's getting up to like 39-40% of your energy. And your mainly that energy comes from the knowledge that he takes from you for from all the fights that you do at night when your body is asleep. There's a lot of strategic knowledge comes from them, and that's he like uploads it to the system that phelinoids use. And I see phelinoids like in Egypt, in the other timeline in Egypt, on the spacecraft, and spacecraft is parked on top of one of the pyramids. And it's like it's cloaked. People don't see it. But it's definitely being charged up from the pyramid, and also from you and from many others that they connected to.
And is that a good idea or not? Is it good? Is it
No, it's not a good idea to keep him in your energy sphere, simply because the kind of he's being used without knowing it. And on top of that, I mean, it's better not to have anybody in your energy sphere, anyways, because you never know what kinds of AI technology they can use to get to this being that is in your energy sphere to take you over, let's say, and start manipulating your thoughts, your emotions, the reality you create for yourself.
so I
Um,
want him to leave my energy.
right. And let me see. See, you don't even have like there's some yellow coin I see, because I asked him if he has a contract with you, and I see you in this ninja clothes, and there's like a hidden pocket inside the cloak, and you take out like a golden coin, and the golden coin has like a peacock on it with a big tail, like literally a big tail, and just like feathers, and it's gold. On the other side, there's a certain symbol there. There's like an eagle with spread out wings, kind of like when they're hunting and legs are spread out, but there are two petals of what looks like a flower, and then in the petals inside there's like a 5-point star. In It's all like golden. There's just one gold color. And that's your contract, because you accepted that you're part of them and they're part of you. Because here's another 7 for you. There's 7% of your DNA is like that eagle, because you're very fast, your perception is you quickly can be can kind of like figure out the situation. Your orientation skills are very fast. Your vision is very good. You can look behind you and sense and see images behind you from behind your head without even understanding it how it works. And there's a little triangle. It's like a made out of metal on the back of your head, and it's like that device that helps you catch onto energy waves in space and maneuver through different kind of energy traps, or like nodes. There's a node system, they say, that in place in space also. They can magnetize you towards, let's say, a spacecraft that is owned by reptilians. Um, and you kind of feel, it's like there are limits of certain kind of barriers around each spacecraft, around each portal, that it's better not to go in, because you'll be like sucked into that territory automatically. And that helps you, but it's also an implant, so it's connected to him, and you just basically take this coin, and you put it into this little portal. You open up, you draw it on the wall of your energy sphere and put it there. And you just like touch it with your finger. It melts and dissipates into kind of like flames, just multiple flames. And it just you close the portal. That's the contract is gone, and you ask him to leave, because you say we're always connected telepathically. I can just go into slight relaxing state of mind and call on you and you'll be here, but I don't really need to do that because we do all our missions together anyway. And you also came to this timeline. It's like it's your decision. It's nobody really pushed you to come to Earth either. You kind of like a timeline traveler of some sort, because you like to be incarnated on multiple timelines of the same exact planet or star system to see what you can improve and what kind of events you can change to improve the current um, now moment at different points of different timelines, different dimensions. And it's interesting for you, it's like a process. You like to figure out the mathematical, almost like your algorithms. If I change this, because each event has a vibrational frequency embedded into its structure. So if you figure out what vibrational frequency, how you changed it, by what degree, then you can change a lot of things in the universe and galaxies. Because each universe is connected to the other, and they're all connected, and they all influence each other. And you understand that.
Yeah.
So you just came to Earth. You picked specific parallel lives that you would live at the same time, and it's usually some pretty interesting events that you're interested in, because you're also aware that each event has different timelines, and you kind of like walk through them, figure out what is the best one and which timeline had to kind of like create, to convert negative timelines into more positive ones, because there's just like lots and lots of them running parallel with each other. And a new connection to Earth. So it's just very strong through your feet. I feel like your feet are growing like little roots, like a root system coming from your feet. And I see you like an Indian, like the just a classic Indian, American Indian kind of, you know,
Native people.
by the fire. And you're focusing on the moon. I see the full moon, but it's a magenta color. It's like bright magenta color, and you're looking at it and you are trying to push it away. Like I hear push away, push away. And I feel like you understand it's a control system that influences your etheric and physical bodies, not in a good way. And it gets you fixed on some certain schedule that you don't like to be on schedules. You like to create your own. But the moon is like, and also where you come from, there's no day and night. There's only day. So there's a lot of things you don't understand.
And
Um,
why I have big difficulties with mathematics on Earth.
Mathematics, because the mathematics that are on Earth are like complete opposite from all the configurations in all the encoding system that you kind of have there, because those are more like energy configurations, and they're kind of molding into particular symbol. And on Earth, you feel like it's It's like a very rough system that the system is based on those math, and those vibrations are very low, and they make you embedded into the fabric of matrix, onto
Mm.
the fabric of matrices, and you know this fabric of those matrices are actually created to enslave you, and you are against enslavement. You actually want to help humans wake up and pull out of each and every cell of this, big carpet made out of little cells. So it's kind of like every cell of your body is just reminds you of a prison cell. For you, it's like that. And you understand that numerological system, and even the language belongs to the control system. So you're just against it naturally.
So what's going on with the, like, what we call angels numbers? I see all kind of them, all of them all the time. It's getting way too much. But specifically lately, 9 and 6, the 96 or the 69, is after me all over the place. So what is it about? 96 or 96?
Yeah, because first of all, the angels numbers, they're kind of like part of the matrix also, and they're created to distract your attention. Once the AI technology all around us, it's like we're sitting inside of a box of AI technology. It's all around us. It reads our mind, reads our thoughts, reads everything we believe in. So it knows our belief system. Once you start believing in angel numbers, it would show you angel numbers. Once you start believing into seeing something else, it would just show you this particular thing in your reality. So that's how it works. It's different from, let's say, if you kind of don't believe in it, and then all of a sudden you start seeing a certain number, and you look back and ask yourself, when do I see that number? Okay, well, I see that number when I'm just thinking of doing something good for somebody, right? Or helping somebody or something like this. And then you understand that that comes, it's kind of like a confirmation, okay, do this from your own soul, from your soul's essence. And that's a big difference, but that can be any number, it can be any configuration, but it's pretty much gonna be a few or two or one even, once, because once you're looking and interested in something, there's just like the system would just pop up into your face with more and more of this to make you rather focus outside. And it makes you also program yourself for trusting some angels or outside forces to show you, when in fact it's better to trust your own self, your own subconscious, to show you things, and not call them angel numbers but rather my soul's numbers. It's just a huge difference. It's kind of like we are very programmable. We are programmable biological walking computers. And once we start, and every word has different frequency to it, an idea and program. And once you start using it, it's like a program, you know, just like yet another AI matrix program called angel numbers. Um, so it's that's why it's just important to kind of like stay away from those. I mean, you can use them for your own benefits. You can find something out and kind of know the maybe the meaning, but then not too much being obsessed with it. Like you'll start seeing it everywhere on receipts, books, outside, signs, car plates, everything would show you those numbers. But it's because the focus of your attention is there. If you shift the focus on creating something your reality, it would be like energy better spent on this.
So now if you go back to the big
Six.
the ego being, is there a way, because I really need a lot of energy and this like in this lifetime to get things done, to take action in real life. I'm 51, I'm still behind. I mean, financially, because of this, I don't have the power, enough power to manage my time and my energy. So, is there a way to find an agreement with this ego being to make sure that he's not used to suck my energy, or for the being who are not acting for the, like, who are not positively oriented, to use him as a portal to use my energy? Is there a way to deal with it?
Yeah, you also spend a lot of energy. Actually, I'm looking. You'll find some interesting device. And by the way, this 96 or 69, it's like 9 plus 6 is 15, and 15, 1 plus 5 is 6. And I feel like you're somehow, that's your number in the matrix, because that's like 9 and 6 and 3 are the numbers that create um, like material world. And so those are the numbers that kind of keep you kind of anchored to this reality, because it's not really physical, it's energetic. Those are like major numbers to connect the physical and non-physical worlds. And everybody kind of it's like how your energy is being read, or how it reads. The frequency of that number corresponds rather to your energy pattern in the matrix of your physical body, of your physical suit. That's what I feel. And that's why each person kind of has a number, like a life path number, whatever they're called, but that's what it is. They want to tie you up to some system. Usually system is usually like codes or numbers.
Yes.
So, but when you just trust in yourself and believe in yourself, and you're in yourself being a creator being, and having a soul that is more powerful than any creation of any AI technology, then all of a sudden you don't have any ties with this level of creation, with the matrix, with AI type of powered algorithm powered world we're in. So you unplug yourself from it, and you're free to go to higher, even higher and higher and higher. I mean, it doesn't have to be like the 5D, or it can be 6 or 7 or 8 or 11D. It doesn't really matter, because you feel you're free. It's your free will to go anywhere you want. Um, so you said, well, yeah, well, your energy's been drained, and I feel like, well, you were flying some interesting thing. I forgot to tell you about. It looks like a metallic, like a V, but you're holding into V with both hands, and your hands are like yellow, very long fingers with long nails, and they have like 4 fingers on each hand. And you look like you transformed into some sort of like rather wolf being, like in Egypt, those like wolf looking beings with the sharp, very sharp ears sticking up. And you're in this suit with the like tall collar around, and the tall collar around, it has some sort of energy system goes, and they project a helmet around you like a bubble. Looks like a big transparent bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you are actually, with those triangles, they start shooting plasma, like it's bright orangey red plasma and it hits the ship with reptilians, and there's a lot of genetic research goes there, because I literally see like lots of containers with DNA preserved, and also see like a big aquarium divided into cubes, but they're kind of merged together, and each cube has an embryo being developed in some sort of fluid liquid under the bright lights, like an incubator type thing. So you just kind of like, you heat it, you stop it. That's the thing what you do, and then you enter the spacecraft. And the funny part is like all the reptilians are just like frozen, because that's the vibration you emit thanks to that suit you're wearing. It's kind of like makes everything stop,
Yeah,
and
that's
you
why
can.
if how when I think of reptilian, when I'm working on Earth, I'm like, we're not scared of you. I'm not scared of you. Like, so probably this is what that feeling came from.
Right. Yeah. Because you're showing me there's a dark green, there's light green, there's yellow, there are albino, there are red ones. There are different kinds you've seen before. There's also lots of hybrids. And that's why you're not afraid of them, because you constantly deal with them. You know their nature, you know how the warriors act, you know how the upper class act. They all like different. Their society is very much hierarchical. So when you know that you study them, it's like a psychology studies human psychology. You know them so well. And you use different swords. There's also some sticks you use. It's just different interesting things to fight with them. But it's mostly for saving the hybrids that they create, and then you take the hybrids to high vibrational planets. Like there's one planet I see with tall yellow grass, but this yellow color, it's almost like it's the grass is sentient. Like it talks to you, it vibrates to you when you start talking to it.
That's why
And
she's into herbs and things, flowers all the time here on Earth.
yeah, you specifically kind of, well, you collaborate with the other group of beings, and they say they're from Lyra originally, and they're the ones who actually came to also Series A, and we together seed planets. We create like a perfect flora for those hybrids so they can survive and live in high vibration and be programmed to be good ones, not the bad ones like the reptilians wanted them to be. That's what we're doing. So from that, we kind of know each other. Let me see your DNA. So I'm just looking at your energy body. You can look at your energy body too, because you disconnected that. You took out that implant straight out from your head,
You took
and yeah, I see like a lot of energies of, of, um, it's fair and how do you say it? Like a fair being fair and not fair, and energies of kind of like a warrior type energies of determination type thing, because I see a lot of them. It's almost like thick layers of energies. They're bright, kind of like red color in your chest, and that would makes you feel invincible and um, fearless type. And you created this by your own self. It's in your chest. It's like there are lots of them. I don't know how many. Number comes 23, 24. And I'm asking you if you need them, if you have a belief system that you're strong anyway, you're stronger than them, because that kind of like weighs you down in a way. And you say, yeah, I should probably take them out or transform them. You can do either way. You can either throw them out in a portal or transform them into some energy of different vibration, like love, for instance, or you can turn them into birds or, and they can fly away.
Let's transform them in energy of love.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. And there's a one thing I see. It goes from solar plexus straight down into your kind of stomach and it ends there. And it's like a line, but it gets abrupted. It's like kind of like zigzag straight, zigzag straight, and there are intervals in between. And you say that those are so basically it's like every time you would be sword fighting, you would get hit in those areas, and those are the spots where they would hit you, and that created like it's like a river is flowing, right, and then you make a hole and it disrupts the flow, so or put stones there and it would disrupt it. So I'm asking you if you want to kind of heal it with your own energies, and you say yes, I would like to heal because I've been recently fighting so much. I've been losing so much energy. Also, focus of my attention during the day goes all towards the new fights and new missions for saving enslaved. It's hard to focus on anything. So you're just raising your vibration and it gets filled up. It's like little pockets in your energy field. And I also see it like rings. It's almost like, you know how they connect rings in the Olympics, like that sign? And I see rings, it's like overlays of your chakras, but they're barely noticeable, as if you removed them, but there's overlays are still kind of like traces.
What is that? What is it?
It's like your subconscious wanted to remove the chakra overlays, that they always tell you in the New Age you have to balance them. In fact, we're all one solid energy field, and there's no reason to divide it into sections and dissect it like this.
Need it anymore?
Yeah, because you were like consciously you weren't really into this. So there was no understanding to the basis of information to base it on or to support what your subconscious wanted to do. And that's why I still see the rings and you're kind of like taking them out, all 7 of them. And you put them like holding in your hand. You open a yellow portal, just like slide them down. And the portal has blue flames that you created. Um, yeah, I see you. I see you as Cleopatra too
Hmm.
in your parallel life, because all of a sudden I saw this kind of like heavy metal, golden piece on your head, and I'm thinking like, how did that one show up? Because it's, I'm looking at the implants, and this one shows up, but it's your subconscious showing me that. Um, I see cats around you. They're kind of interesting looking cats, very tall, long paw like legs, and tails are all the way up,
Hey,
and you're communicating with them. They are very ancient. It's almost like they belong to from them phelinoids were created. And these are just like a miniature version of phelinoid race on Earth. So those people who have connection to phelinoid race, they would always be gravitating towards cats. But yeah, you can also be, I mean, probably liking dogs, because I see a lot of those dog type of creatures, but they're not positive at all in Egypt. Those with the kind of dog face. I see they're just doing a lot of rituals and things like that for their gods, and showing people how to do it, how to sacrifice like animals and humans, and just and they put energy. It's all done for that. We're taking souls. They have containers. They have this interesting tree-like sticks. They have branches, and each branch has kind of like a flower. The flower is like a box for a soul. Like inside the flower, it holds a soul.
Oops, they're capturing souls.
Oh, what is that? Like I'm getting cut? Like you don't hear me well?
Are they capturing souls in there?
Yeah, I feel like there's energy of souls in that. What do you call that? It's like a tall stick. Tall sticks like they use, and it looks kind of like a small tree with branches going in both sides, and each branch has a flower growing on it, and I just understand it's a soul. It's not a flower, it's a real soul stuck on a stick, like magnetized by it. I don't know, there's just like a system, and all souls put together, because there's a lot of them. The stick is very, very powerful. It can open a wormhole. It can like light up, the whole pyramid with energy, things like that. I mean, can do a lot of things. It can
I,
also heal.
I participate in this because if I am participating, I would free those souls and I ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, well, that's what you're doing. You're changing this timeline. You actually don't want to be on their side. Or you're rather forced. You're actually very smart and wise. You understand what is going on, and you understand how the benevolent races were pushed out, and they exist in other timelines of Egypt, but not in this one. So you just kind of dismantle the whole thing, and you basically gave the information not to not to do that. Mostly for people of the villages who believe that these are gods and they have higher knowledge, and they would do anything for them, for their gods, just to receive knowledge and things like that. So you just change that timeline right now, and let me see. You're just back into your energy sphere, and you're looking at your mental and emotional bodies. They're like light purple with a little bit of kind of gray areas, but they are. It's like a concentration of different events in the parallel lives, or um, basically most of them are of this world, or different timelines of the specific events that you pick to participate in, because you wanted to change the timelines, and I told you that you can cleanse it the way you want, and you created like a spongy kind of thing that you hold in your hand, and you're just like moving left to right, and it picks up all the energies from those energy bodies. So It's done. You just raise your vibration. Your DNA, I'm looking at it now, and it has this interesting kind of like, imagine flowers, but they're not open, and there are 4 petals, and they're all bunched up together in a kind of like this. And when I touch it, it turns into DNA strands, and they're bright white. That's how I see them. Kind of interesting because you always see on this ninja dark black outfit, but the DNA looks so bright white, almost like hurts my eyes to look at it. And it consists of the little, when you look close, you know, that moonstone kind of, it looks like that. But it's energies, little energies, looking like moonstone, and it's kind of like not the triangles, but triangles connected, so rather rhombical kind of shape, and rhombical shape connected to each other in a chain, and there is lots of chains like this. I see 21 chains, all connected together. They're connected through the bright white, you know, it's like completely transparent type of codones. And when you get close, that it looks like kind of like rainbow, because it depends on the spectrum of the light spectrum or something. It depends which ability you use, which ability you rather pull out and consciously focus your attention on. Then they would just give you more and more of that ability. It kind of develop it, and the color might even change of the strand of your DNA. So it's pretty interesting that way. What else? I don't see anything else. Looks like you've done cleansing in the other sessions, because there's not really much except for that one. You can ask any questions if you want, or I mean, if you have personal questions, I can turn off the recording. You can ask those.
Yeah.
Depends.
So, when I was pregnant with my son, now he's 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That was a long time ago. So I think it was pregnancy in 7 months. I felt in the middle of the night my body was lifted, and I left the room through the window, closed window. I just left, and I was feeling the air pressure and the pressure of leaving Earth, and so I don't know where I went in my body with the baby in my belly. So I was wondering, was it something related to my son, like, or adjustment needed to be done to my body to hold the pregnancy, or if it's appropriate for me to know about?
Well, when you were talking, I saw like an ancient shield with 2 kind of like ninja type swords in crisscross, and the handles were golden, the swords were metallic gray, and then I saw you like as you were describing, and he said that those creatures, they are like reptilian Taural hybrids, and they try to take you to connect to your baby, because he said he's a Montaur warrior, and he came here to connect with you and to multiply your power and to learn from you and to teach you also. So for informational exchange of, he comes from a different system, and they were very much interested in him, but you were very protective and you resisted, and that's why you felt pressure, because of your resistance to them. Yeah, I didn't see them doing anything, but all they wanted to do is to read his parameters and put him in the system and to monitor him throughout his childhood and possibly use him later in their programs. but you stopped that. But I see him running. I see him running on some planet. He's in this like green suit, and the planet is like lots of green trees and palm trees and things like that. He blends in. It's like a camouflage. And he's also like a warrior of some sort, but he has the sticks in the crisscross mode on the same shield that I see like as a logo. But the sticks they have on both sides, they have different type of weapon. They have laser beam and plasma, and there are two of them. So, and he's like fighting with some dragon creatures who are zooming by, and they have this big horn sticking out on top of their head, right above like their foreheads, right here. And it's just invasive force on some planet of some, they're not elves, they're kind of like gnomes or midget type kind of beings. I see them kind of like yellow skin, wrinkled, small, kind of looks like a pig face. But they're nice. I feel like they high vibrational, and those dragons are trying to take them away and use the planet for their purposes because they think something happened to their planet. They've done something to it themselves. And you're helping them get rid of those dragons. So,
And
I mean, you're helping, your son is helping because you blend in together. And I feel like he's 20, and the boys usually leave the mother's energies field by the age of like not 8 or 9. But in your case, your son is standing next to you. It's like they have very similar energies of them, but you kind of different warriors. Yeah, different techniques, and he's been trained more by different species, I feel. But you're very kind of shoulder to shoulder type, talking to each other a lot and standing next to each other. That's why it makes you up. You feel the same.
and is he safe in this lifetime? I mean, they couldn't track him, the reptilian.
No, he has he built up some crystalline kind of structure around himself. I think I see it in pixelated type, kind of like it falls apart, it gets back together when he needs that protection. That's just his invention. He likes to invent things, and he knows everything about creating spacecrafts, technology advancement type thing.
Can he remember it in this lifetime or not?
Not quite, but he knows how to create engines. He knows how to use crystals, how to make crystals into liquid crystals and use them for free energy, kind of powering up the spacecrafts. Because what Jacobs and reptilians most of the time do, they would use human energy of a human soul to power their spacecrafts. And your son knows how to do all these free energy things using different energies. It doesn't matter. He can change the molecular structure of the energy and use it for different purposes.
That's why he's studying engineering in this lifetime.
Yeah, yeah, because he loves creating different shapes spacecrafts. I mean, I haven't seen. He actually specifically sometimes does like this. The bottom is rather metal, and the top is created out of kind of like crystalline energy structure, which can like lower the roof, higher the roof, change its configuration, reshape it while you're actually in it and flying. And he likes that kind of idea because he knows how to adapt. He creates this technology to adapt you and your spacecraft to a certain vibrational frequency of a certain whatever device you use, or you know, he also likes stargates, and he knows all about um, their energetical levels. I feel like I see like like in the car, the arrow moves and points different speed levels. It's kind of like this. He knows which one to change with his consciousness when he hooks up to the Stargate to use it. I mean, things like that. He's very interested in this kind of like technical part.
That's why he likes gaming in this lifetime.
Mm. Yeah, because it's for him, it's real.
Yes,
It, yeah.
that's funny. So now, if we go to my daughter, long time ago now she's almost 24 years old. I was when I was pregnant with her, around like 7 months pregnancy, said almost same thing as I remember, if it is true. And we were still in north of Africa in Tunisia. I was walking on the sidewalk and there was almost a car accident. Look, a car was coming on the sidewalk to hit me. So now what I'm getting of it, it was like some entity is not wanting my daughter to be born.
No, it's not like this because when I'm talking about it, I see you flying a spacecraft. It's very like a triangular with a very slick kind of rudder. It has an interesting front. It has like a energy ring in the front, and going through it, and constantly like circling around. And I see you being hit by a reptilian spacecraft, by a wave coming from the side of it. It's like a zooming wave, and by the time you get hit, you get hit here in the physical also at the same time. It was created to kind of deactivate you and make you just quit fighting and doing all these missions. It was actually they used some technology, some AI that built into matrix system and just got hooked to this driver, and it was easy to do. They can mold, manipulate our reality in a very specific ways we can't really understand it. It's like technology out of our minds, but they wanted it to be done at the etheric level and at the physical at the same time to to create this traumatic experience for you and to make you, it wasn't about your daughter, it was about you. Because they didn't want you to create warriors, because you have it in your DNA, Saka. Your blood has the information about all kinds of wars, like I said before, and they don't want this information passed from one generation to another. They would rather, do something to your physical body, and then they would take your soul and use it in their own programs.
So
So,
what is like dumbed down, like depression, anxiety, and
yeah, they wanted you to be in this state because they know if you are in this state, you're not being able to work hand in hand with your subconscious, and the understanding or consciousness level would not grow as fast in this lifetime. So they could possibly use you after.
but is there is a way to help my daughter? She's really kept in this kind of state of depression and anxiety. Now she's going through like hypnotherapy sessions. Is that, I mean, she really wants to get out of it. So is there is a way to help her?
Yeah, but I see you. She got lost in one of the She's walking through a portal and she's completely got lost.
Well, this is what it looks like she's really lost. Is it in this lifetime?
because I see and I see the grays pushed her into this tunnel, into this portal. And I also see like a very old reptilian type creature with red eyes. Looks almost like, I just like saw turtles, but this turtle is kind of like very big, giant. It was like a combination of some old reptilian type with a rugged skin and a turtle being. And this short gray, serve that particular being, and that being is connected to other universes that have reptilians, but more like turtle being reptilians, and they actually are hybrids with the grays. And your daughter seems to be, she was stolen from some planet by those grays, because I see her in a very thin body. It's almost like when you draw something like a stick figure, and it's a blue universe. Everything's blue. Nothing is created there, just like free space of creation. And she walks in there and she starts creating a world. And the world looks like an eye. I see like energy, which is a soul, and she made it out of her own energy, and it looks like an eye. It spreads out, and she starts spinning and creating and getting bigger, and then she was part of this world. And I see her making different creatures which look like they look like a goose and a rooster type mix, kind of interesting. And she just likes birds. She liked creating birds. I see her doing that on that planet, and that's how the Greys got inside. They used some technology. It's almost like they made a hole in this particular universe because it was rather like a child, unprotected, not immune yet, not didn't have enough souls in it to support and create protection for it. So they just took her from there, and that was only her. That was her creation, and out of her own energy, they create a portal, and they pushed her inside the portal. And little does she know that it's her own energy, but they make her lost in there, and through that portal spiral, they drain energy from her all the time. I see like a lot of times she's losing 75% of energy, and that's why she can't even think of doing anything in life. Naturally she's depressed. Naturally she doesn't want to do much, you know, doesn't want, like almost like doesn't want to exist, because it's just not something she, she remembers subconsciously how fast she could do things, how beautiful everything could be, and now she feels stuck.
Is there something we can do to help her?
Yeah, you're giving her information now. You're just giving her like white tulips. Never seen white tulips, but that's what you're giving to her. She takes them and she smells them, and I see like information going straight into her. And she just steps out of the portal because she takes away her fear. And she's standing next to you, and you're just holding, she's kind of holding her by her shoulders, giving her energy, and you're doing some manipulations like a massage on her back to give her energy.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave her information so she can get rid of, you know, disconnect from those grays and that old reptilian slash total hybrid. So it's done. like she's gonna, it shows me like your and her subconscious shows that it's gonna take 5 to 6 months to actually gradually get herself out of this state, because she's going doing it by inertia now. It's like the way she's always known, and that's the way her program goes. But she kind of has to change her ways, analyze her thinking and her pattern of thought and action, um, and emotion, how it tied up with her thoughts, and this way she can change it all. That's going to take time. It's a gradual process.
Yeah, if those hypnotherapy sessions she's going to weekly are going to help her a little bit.
Yes, they actually do. They do help because they help her to physical level. Her problem was that her subconscious was stuck in the tunnel, and now that she stepped out of the tunnel, she's going to be free to connect with her conscious mind, and together they can make a big difference. You're just gonna kind of like calm down and manifest, you know, faster that way, because she became her own one true self that she always was, but she's been separated. It's like literally they took her out of the body and she wasn't present in the physical body, and there's not much you can do if the
But
soul, your essence, is not present, you know?
you're right.
Yeah. So that's done. So if you want to look at something else, or
So now I'm not usually taking enough action to improve my situation, like financially, and no, I mean I'm spending a lot of energy, but in the wrong direction. Like I will work for not that much money or something. But let's say, for example, I have a license in the real estate, but it's easier for me to go do babysitting from paid. It's a survival thing, right? Instead of spending more money and energy and time working in the real estate, which I know how to do it. I already have a license and everything. So I don't know,
mm,
preventing me from doing the real thing that it will make me feel a little bit more comfortable that I can like focus on my spiritual path. So action, why am now I understand a little bit why I don't care too much about money and time, but it is needed now for me to stop like being in this survival mode and start creating abundance for me and for everyone. I have some freedom to focus on my spiritual practices and stuff.
yeah, see, when you're talking about it, I see a like triangle around you, just like those pyramids in Egypt. And you're inside, you're in the very center, and you're kind of spreading your attention towards each corner of the pyramid, but you cannot find the focus of your attention that gives you a feeling of being complete, passionate, and satisfied with what you do. And it's almost like this feeling of really loving what you do that just brings that abundance to you. I mean, and that abundance, it can come not only in the shape and form of physical money, you know, but also in some people helping you with some things, or, different things. I mean, you can just receive a gift too. It doesn't matter, but you kind of have to find that niche for yourself, like what you really enjoy doing, and just do it without thinking about money. Just this just comes. It really is. I mean, it just by itself, because when you put all your creative energy into something you do, and you don't think about it as a job, as doing something like that. I mean, it's more like a child is playing because it's fun to play, you know and you're looking forward to doing it over and over again. So something like this, you have to find in yourself what you really enjoy doing.
Well, the thing is, I really, I feel amazing when I'm doing real estate and helping people buying and selling, but I cannot do it full time because I need a job to have this paycheck every 2 weeks. And when I do the job, the paying like having the paycheck every 2 weeks, then I don't have enough time and energy to do what I really love. So now I am in a circle. I love working with kids and stuff. It's okay, but it's not my real passion. My real passion and joy is in doing real estate, but I have to pay my rent, my bills, right? So I don't know how to get out from this vicious circle.
Well,
You
you're gonna get out because, I mean, remember you had an attachment, and that bird, I mean, it was also kind of rather very egotistical, and it was holding you from doing a lot of things in life because
so
it kind of like thought that it was owning you too. Um, so you get rid of it. It can just change. You can change direction very easily from now on. Could you please wait for a second and really kind of like need to drink some water? Just stay 1 second. Sorry.
take your time. I'm so relaxed. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Do you know what? When you're gone, I was thinking of what you told me about this that bird, the eagle, and in my head I was like, as if looking at him and saying, "You do not own me. I am the boss. I am the boss of my own experience." And I kept repeating it until
Yeah. Yeah, you can also use the affirmation. Just I'm my own, I'm in my own space. I'm a creator being. And if I want to co create with somebody, that will be my decision. And, because when there are variations, but the problem is when you co create at the physical level, then you have to ask, the other party or your friend, whatever, that you kind of need to agree on things. When you're the only creator, then you don't have to agree on things. But at the etheric level, the problem is when you agree to co-create, that very being can walk into your energy sphere and start using your energy for creating something. And that's why a lot of people complain that they have, bad events, accidents happening to them. And it's because those beings attached to them create the negative events for them to suffer through to produce low vibrational emotions and thoughts so they can eat up that energy,
yeah,
use them as batteries that way. But when you're free now, you don't have anybody in your energy sphere. So,
yeah. And can you check what's going on with my left knee? This is recent. This is for the last few weeks. The left knee, please. If there's nothing,
frustration.
um,
You put the energy of frustration. A lot of times you would want to do things, but you would think to yourself, oh, I can't really stretch time, or I want to do this, this, and that, but how can I do it all? And you just put it on the left knee, and then would just kind of stop yourself. You kind of stopping yourself on the way, and that how it manifested. And you also, your subconscious is trying to tell you that sometimes you're thinking too much, or too much disappointment going into your energy body, and it was just accumulated there. You're taking it out right now. Yeah, and sometimes you're just trying to recall something from the past, and it's also related to those recalls. So there's just different energies, and when one bunched up together, it like ended up in the left knee. So you took it out. It's kind of like a yellow gray energy that you put into the portal right now, like a bowl. So you cleared that one.
So,
The energies on the back are gone. I mean, I didn't tell you about it. It was like lower back, but it was from the fighting also. And what came to me was like scratched energy type thing.
and I think my spine is not aligned as well because I lose my balance. I don't know.
You would lose your balance because the implant on the head that you had, your coordination was off. Because basically, what you do in space, also, you just fly, and a lot of times you would get out of the body and go and be on a mission, while the physical body would have hard time moving through this physical like reality, dense through this density.
Yes. Fine, when you check it, it is okay. Doing okay.
Yeah, spine had all sorts of energy, and also remember that zigzag zigzag straight type of thing that you had there. You took it out, and that was from different wars, from the being hit by the different waves, like plasma waves, microwaves, um, whatever, just different beams of light that they use as weapons, and that kind of created that unbalanced energy type situation. Plus, you had those rings of or artificial implant, of chakra system, that there were like access points to your energy that they could access anytime they wanted. Mainly, they would do it at night. Those are gone too. So that was all kind of weighing you down and influencing the inside core, like the structure of your body, bone structure. So, yeah, you're just showing me some random things, like from different lifetimes, that you look like you have a sheepdog type creature, but it's not really a dog. It's very tall, it looks like a sheep. You talk into it. And it has like spots. It's white with brown spots all over. Like oval spots. And they're almost like somebody painted them over. It's so funny, but it's natural thing. And it has this big blue eyes, and they're so shiny. It's very pretty.
Mhm. Can you see anything in the top of the solar plexus? Sometimes I feel as if a rock is in there, just where the at the middle of the cage, when like on top of the diaphragm.
Yeah, do you feel it on and off?
Yes, and when it is
Be-
off, it's a hard rock in there, like rock
yeah,
or
Here, I see you like in a body of some sort of cyborg, but you actually use it a lot. And it looks like it has the plates, overlays on the shoulders, everywhere, and it ends up, and then I see like overlays on your like solar plexus area, and from it comes just different overlays, almost like rays of the sun or blades of swords. And it's like there is AI technology. It's a bio AI, a little octopus, and it goes straight into your solar plexus. It attaches to your energy body, and that's how they control you as a
It,
cyber. They convinced you that it was a good thing, but I feel like you're actually going to refuse some of the missions from now on after the session, because this particular thing I'm looking at, it's like a double-sided mission. On one hand, you're saving somebody. On the other hand, you're helping them to absorb information and give them information that they should not know about some devices, some things, some technological things that the other races use. So, and it's a strange thing. It has there's a container. It's like a lab tube, and they take this octopus out of you. It's dark gray with kind of purple, kind of light outline, and they put it in the container on a spacecraft. It's like a laboratory. Uh, and they use, that's their particular technology that the Greys use. I see tall Greys like Zeta Greys. And this octopus they can put into anybody's etheric body also to control the person. They can even control the physical body, the moves, like you said, that you are disoriented and things like that, and feel something in there. That's what happens also when that thing is inside of you.
it's gone, right?
Yeah, it's just part of those, the contract is gone, those that coin, and then you just gonna refuse, because now you see the whole picture altogether. It's easy to figure out how they've been using you. Um, so you just refuse to do it. It's like the build overlays on your etheric body, and then it looks like a cyborg, but then they dismantle it one by one. So it's not like clone or anything. It's just that.
Hmm. So, what is the problem with water? I love water. I love bathing in water, but I cannot swim. Is there like fears or bad memories connected to the water? Because I
Eh,
can the body to be more fluid and it will have the energy to move around. So why you cannot do that? You cannot swim.
it's one of your lives. You are a mother in Denmark, and I see like a lake, the forest, and I see your 5 children is bathing, like swimming in the water, and you're standing just watching them with your feet in, but you're all fully dressed, and you see like a big claw coming out of water, and nobody can see it but you, because you do see energies, and that claw takes your little 5-year-old boy and just like pulls it under the water. So it's not you the one who drowned, but right before your eyes, one of your children was taken. And that's why you have this fear of going into water. You feel like somebody's gonna touch you or take you or do something to you. that comes from that life. So you just go into that lifetime, 311, and you change the timeline. You just stop that claw. You pull out your hand, and with your hand, just shoot energy at it, and it gets hit, and it just goes away, gets scared. So you never lose that child. And right now, just at the etheric level, this trauma is gone. And now you understand with your rational brain to eliminate it too. So but, that's what it is.
And why did I choose to come to this lifetime like with a nearsighted vision? What
Why
is
you get
it? What is it? I don't see clearly things. Why I
because
choose?
you don't want to see things. You actually are more focused on doing your missions, and you're more interested in being in space.
I love that.
Yeah, all these problems, they just, everything's so kind of getting to the point of same things over and over again. It just blocked your vision. So
Is there something we can do with it? Like enhance it
yeah,
at least?
yes, if you just start, if you change your perspective and you go back to before you even got into the body and were born, then everything changes. But it's just it's gonna take time. It's like a molecular, almost like you put in a way this crystalline structure inside the eye. It was blurred by you, and so you have to undo it for as many years for it's been done. You can speed up the process easily in the etheric. I mean, in the etheric, it's already clean, it's done, but it just in the physical level, it's going to come down slowly. It just also depends. It depends on your belief. What we say is a placebo effect is really the strength of your own soul's essence. So everything just depends on that also. And you believing in your own abilities of uncreating what you created before, because if you create it, you can uncreate it also. So if you're done with questions, we can disconnect. Just up to you if you want. See.
So if you're comfortable, just check in if there's anything else that needed to be dealt with. That would help me.
Checking on what? Sorry.
Check in if anything needs any attention in the physical body or emotional, mental.
Yeah, what I can tell you, you put, it's almost like little lighting system into your cardiovascular, like all your vessels. You kind of cleansing your bodies from whatever substances you got in there, and it's almost like you created a chain of lights, and it just going like this in this motion, activating every cell of your body, regenerating it. Mm, that's what your subconscious is doing. Instead of shining the light over your energy body, just put multiple lights inside. in motion. It's just like a patrol. Yeah, like a cleansing group of
And
your own energy.
this will take care of the fungus I have on my skin, the virus that it's.
The reason why you had it is because your energy was taken by the eagle being, and when your vital energy is taken, then your physical body suffers. Your immune system is not as strong as it's supposed to be, and that's when you get all kinds of, you can get allergic reactions or any autoimmune reaction you might get, you know, because your protection is low. And remember, you had those like from the kind of like etheric wounds in your body also. So that creates little openings for whatever low vibrational organisms to pathogens to enter your body at the physical level. So
Yeah.
that's what happens. Now you're just gonna push it out and just slowly go back to normal. This thing is just don't focus on it, don't check it every day if it's getting better or not, because by doing that you would cancel out the results.
Yeah. Kind
Just
of the past, bringing the past back if I'm looking at it every day.
right, yeah, yeah, you just dwell on the same thing, right?
Liver and the kidney, they're having the same attention as the other organs as well. They start having some kind of trouble.
The kidneys,
Liver and kidney.
liver and kidneys. Well, this is actually what came to me is psychosomatic, and also because you just drag through the life. That's what I feel. You just really, yeah, it's hard to figure things out, and you feel like you were this little hamster running in the same wheel, and that kind of created these energies that got concentrated there. Also, because I feel like it's related to food and it's related to water. That it just the way
If I
you
take
know
food and the quality of water I'm drinking, it will heal itself because that's the magic of the body. It will heal itself.
right, you can program in different ways because I feel like you're thinking not that about the programming the food, but rather a lot of times it's like what you're gonna do next, what's gonna happen tomorrow,
The
and
fear,
how. Yeah.
the lungs, is it the same thing?
The lungs, as that is hard for you to breathe and hear. You want more freedom. You don't feel yourself free, and that manifested into the lung idea because you can't breathe. You feel like you're incarcerated or something like this. You would like to move, but you know not really happening, and things like that. It's just like I feel there's a lot of thought put into this energy of disappointment, of like wanting to do something but it's not happening, type thing.
So what can we do with it? Can the higher self help to heal it?
You're doing it all yourself. You're actually collecting it. It looks like
Mhm.
almost like energy. It looks like a yoga mat, and you're just rolling it up and throwing into the blue portal. You use some interesting thing that each portal of yours is different color. So yeah, quite creative. And then yeah, the kidneys and the kidney. You're doing the same, but it's kind of like a sandy kind of energy looking color. They go through the yellow portal. Yeah, it's like interesting. I see how you see it. You kind of like dissected your body into different colors, and it goes in different sections, and each section has a color. And you say that it's easier for you to control it that way, or know exactly what section needs to be worked on. Yeah, that's what you do. But you kind of you see the world that way also. Like you spread it out into different sections also. Mm, rather because your life here is your life here. When it's dark outside, I go do this.
Hmm.
Things like everything has a color, black and white, and then blue, purple, yellow, red, and so on.
That's funny.
Yeah, you're quite artistic that way, actually. So you like different colors. You like working with the energies of different colors, and because you're also in space, and space is beautiful. I mean, all the portals, well, like every vortex of energy, um, every wormhole, stargates, galaxies, they're all different colors. It's not really black. It's all like, it makes your head spin. It's really beautiful. You get that idea from there.
So one last thing, my dear. I understand it's getting late for you and you're very tired. One last question. What's my connection to Nefertiti, or is she has something to tell us, to tell me about us? What is it about Nefertiti with me? I mean.
Wisdom. You get wisdom from her. You get wisdom and understanding of how the duality works, because she knew everything. She was very, very high vibrational, but she was forced to do a lot of things she didn't want to. She hated the fact that they use humans for different reasons, including the human labor, and she was against the system. And you're against the system, and she's very close to you in the parallel life because of that. Here, I'm talking, fireworks started. Nefertiti
Oh,
must be
celebrating.
a sign.
So if I need wisdom, I connect to her energy and it will help me understand it.
Yeah, it's already new. You just kind of tap into it. And I mostly feel when you do it, when you're really kind of not even thinking about connecting to her, but you'd rather always connected to her. Some things you don't even understand what you comes out of you in writing or in words, that actually what she you get from her. I mean, it's like she's you, you are her. It's hard to separate really, but you gain that ancient wisdom from her.
Yeah. So I know I said I feel really bad. I said this is the last question, but there's a like the Council of 12. A few years ago, I was told that I have contract with them to represent them, whatever. So can you check if they are not of the light, they are not like positively oriented being? The Council of 12, what is it about?
Here are different councils of 12. There's one that is in a different universe, and they don't really call themselves console. I'm looking at them now. It's like energies, uh, souls. Each soul has been through a lot of experiences in different Like imagine you're playing some game, right? A computer game, and you went through all the levels of each game, and it's like there's also been through a lot of universes that have been through each and every level or dimension of that particular universe, and then they volunteer to actually help out with their knowledge to others who are like either stuck in the game or trying to move to another level, things like that. Like I feel like you're doing that.
I,
And you like to actively participate. You're not just sitting and giving information. You're actually part of your mission as a ninja warrior and all this is just that. You wanted to come actively to this universe and do something about the timelines and the wars. Because you know that they're not gonna go away, but you rather through fighting you also you show your compassion and empathy and understanding of other beings because you help them out. And that very energy, it goes and spreads out through the universe like rays of light. That's like a metaphor, really, but just like waves of high vibration. In this universe, all the consoles that I see are fake. Like I see there's when you said like, and I focused my attention on this universe, I just saw Draco and Reptilians console of 12. So it just depends which console, the original ones, yes, but they rather left this universe because they didn't want any contamination. They would rather work from outside rather than at the battlefield because it makes no sense. For you, it made sense to come to the battlefield,
so I,
but you're still there though. You're here and there at the same time. It's like
I,
you're multidimensional. Some of them chose to only be there. So you're very how is it? You like action. You really do. You enjoy it. You enjoy traveling, action. I mean, I imagine you enjoy like climbing trees or doing something, hiking or going exploring new places. You can't stay in one spot. You like that. And that's why you chose this for yourself.
but I am one of them.
Mhm.
I am one of them, those 12 beings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Positively oriented. So it's safe for me to connect to them.
Yeah, just make sure that you come to them, touch them, and make sure they don't turn to, you read their DNA.
Now, at this stage, I cannot see them. I cannot really channel them. I cannot connect to them. I don't know yet how.
Oh, better not to then, because I mean, all the fake beings would show up in front of you. It's like the same, like we do cleansing before with my kids before bed. We close our eyes and we call each other. And most of the times, instead of my daughter, a reptilian would come, or instead of me, a gray would come to her. And then we'll have to verify that it's actually us. So it gets rather complicated. I don't want to scare you, because but if you can't really, because energetically, if you feel them, they can, just by calling to them and wanting to connect with them, in that it's kind of like radio wave, right? You shoot the radio wave or Wi-Fi, right? It goes to somehow, it makes your phone work. And if it gets hijacked by some other type technology, all of a sudden it's broken, the connection is broken, it's not functioning. It's the same with you, they can actually hijack it, interfere with it, and contaminate it with something else. The same with channeling. You have to really make sure whom you're channeling, because if you don't, if you just see, it can be a holographic image. When I touch a hologram, it just falls apart. It can be anything. So
better.
and that contamination would go into your body. That's a problem. And you would get new implants, new beings, new programs, whatever they want to do with you, they would start doing because you kind of give them permission. Every time we ask for help from somewhere, we kind of agree to that being or a physical person to come and help, right? And if that physical person has bad intentions or badly contaminated with negative thoughts towards you, I mean, you're not going to feel well. There's no way, of course. And the same thing with beings. Like, you really need to make sure that it's a positive, high vibrational being who has good intentions. And
Well,
it can be done, but that's why it's not recommended for everybody to totally do all this stuff. You kind of have to practice doing it first.
or better not. I mean, if I sit to meditate, I with only the intention to connect to my higher self, or just relax and receive whatever I needed to receive without specifically having the intention to channel. Is it safer way to do it?
Yeah, just connect to your higher self. Just don't focus on any consoles or whatever. Connect to your higher self. And you can ask any questions, what is going to be on this timeline from the now moment, unless it changes like they always do, or things like that. You can ask anything. I mean, basically, you're asking yourself, but yourself who doesn't have a filter of a physical body, and you're connected to yourself who is above, and that doesn't have any filters. He has clear vision of everything. So whatever comes first, you told me before, you know how it does, how it goes. Like, your first thought is that's your answer. So
So
this,
state, connect to the higher self, and that's it. Not thinking for archangels or councils or anything else.
yeah, archangels are conic archons of who serve the matrix to deceive
We
people. So
don't want that. Oh my goodness. This is, I think, this session is, it's not life changing. Like, you're changing my life, my daughter's life. I don't know how to say thank you.
oh, sure, you're welcome. Yeah, I love doing this
Yeah, but you have
because I
yeah,
was like you once. I didn't know before. That was fun to learn, and now it's fun to share the knowledge. Well, thank you so much. It was fun. Let me turn off the recording, probably. You're probably tired too. It's almost 2 hours now.